is going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you, can you guess what it is? It is yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This is against I Am Resh for my live stream. I put a new team together. I finished training up a Goodra, a Rotom, and a Skarmory so that I'd have this team done for the live stream, and it turned out to be pretty good. This is a very, very long battle, as you can see by the video length, the time of the video. But I assure you, if you watch it all the way through, you'll learn a lot, and you'll be, I mean, it's a good battle, so you guys will, I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's go ahead and hop right into this head first. So looking at his team, I decided to lead off with my Blaziken, because I figured he would want to lead off with his Tyranitar, but that was definitely a mistake, because looking at my team, I have a Mamoswine, and it makes perfect sense for him to lead off with his Rotom, because Mamoswine is usually my lead. I had been battling prior to this battle, and he was probably watching. So he leads up with his Rotom. Good play on his part. I'm going to go out to my Goodra. Rotom cannot touch Goodra, because not only does Goodra have insane special defense, I'm talking base 150 here, folks. Not only does it have insane special defense, but I also have an Assault Vest on it. The Assault Vest increases special defense by 1.5 times. For the cost of being able to use status moves. Luckily for me, I don't have any status moves. So, basically what I'm trying to tell you is that my Goodra's special defense is off the goddamn charts. So, I'm going to switch out to my my Skarmory here, because he Volt Switched out to his Garchomp. Obviously, I do not want to take a Dragon-type move with my Goodra. So here I'm going to go for the double switch, because I was pretty sure he was going to switch out, because I didn't think he'd be able to do anything to my Skarmory. Even if he was going to do something to my Skarmory, it wouldn't have done much to my Rotom that I did end up switching in, because he would have only been able to hit me with a fire move or like a rock move or something. So I didn't really care. So I'm going to go out to my Rotom, and I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump on his Nidoking, but he switches out to his Rotom, and I miss. Of course I miss. I've been having the worst luck with Hydro Pump and moves like High Jump Kick, and you guys are going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll go for the Volt Switch. I actually end up being faster. I probably have a higher speed IV than him, because I don't have any speed investment on my Rotom. So I'm going to Volt Switch out to my my Goodra again, and as you can see, that Volt Switch is doing absolutely squat to my Goodra. Goodra's hard body baby, got that Assault Vest on, ready for anything. So he's going to U-turn, no, he didn't U-turn, he Volt Switch, my bad. He's going to Volt Switch out to his Garchomp there, and I decided to stay in this time because I figured he was going to double switch, because last time I brought my Skarmory in, so I just figured he was not going to attack with the Dragon Claw. So I decided to stay in, go for the Dragon Pulse. It does half to the Nidoking, so that's very good. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse once again here, and it's going to do barely anything to the Scizor. I did not want to predict anything, because I wanted to take out that, as a matter of fact, now looking back, I probably should have predicted that. But there's really no point in, you know, over-predicting. I mean, I kind of made a good play with the Garchomp, but I didn't really need to do anything else, because I have all the momentum right now because of that. But now he's going to bring in this Tyranitar, and unfortunately for me, this Goodra set does not have Focus Blast, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I might switch up the moves and the item on this Goodra, because I think if I had leftovers, it would have been more beneficial to me, because the Rotom wouldn't have been damaging my Goodra regardless of the Assault Vest or not. But like I said, I do not have Focus Blast, so I cannot touch this Tyranitar whatsoever. So I'm going to switch out to my Rotom. He goes for the Stealth Rocks. Good play on his part, because once again, I wouldn't have been able to do anything to him. It's not like he knew I didn't have Focus Blast, but I just didn't have it, so I had to switch out. So I'm going to go out to my Rotom. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here, just trying to burn something. I could have gone for the Hydro Pump, but I wanted to save them, because I don't have PP ups on my Rotom, so it only has 5 of them. And I missed one, so I wanted to save the other 4 for later. But anyways, I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here, and burn this incoming Nidoking. And I'm not really, I mean, Nidoking doesn't really care about the burn except for the damage that it gets every turn. But other than that, most Nidokings run the special variant. So he's actually going to withdraw, and he's going to double switch back out to his own Rotom. I'm just going to stay and go for the Hydro Pump, because I was fairly certain he wouldn't be able to kill me with anything that his Nidoking had. A Sludge Bomb would have done a lot of damage, but I highly doubted that he would have been able to kill me. So I went for the Hydro Pump. Now I only have 3 left. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch on his Rotom, because obviously I do not want to stay in. I don't want him to burn me or anything, even though it doesn't really matter if he does or not. But I don't want him to do anything to me, so I'm just going to Volt Switch out. It's not like I can do much to him. I could have burned him, actually. Maybe I should have. looking back at it. But anyways, I'm going to go back out to my Goodra once again. He's going to Volt Switch once again. He has the hazards up, so he actually has the advantage on me, forcing me to switch like that. Because every time I switch in, I'm going to be taking Stealth Rocks damage. And as this battle, the way this battle is going right now, we're going to be doing a lot of switching. So he's going to go out to his Garchomp once again. This time I'm not going to take the chance of him not going for the Dragon type move. So I'm going to switch right back to my Skarmory to take this thing. He does go for the Dragon Claw once again. I need to get my hazards up, but the thing about me getting my hazards up was that he had an Excadrill on his team, and it completely escaped my mind that people would be running other sets of Excadrill, especially the set he was running, because he actually doesn't even have Rapid Spin on his Excadrill. But it just threw me off, because if people have Excadrill on their teams nowadays, it almost always guaranteed almost always has Rapid Spin. So me setting up these hazards was kind of like a thing in the back of my mind, even though it should have been my first priority, because I don't have a spin blocker. I don't have a ghost to stop him from using Rapid Spin. But anyways, he's going to go for the Stone Edge here. I'm going to go for the Roost. Luckily for me, he does not get a critical hit. That would have been lame. Oh my lord, because this Skarmory actually ends up saving me later on in the battle. But anyways, I'm going to go for the Roost. Here he's going to go for the Swords Dance. I was actually thinking about going for another Roost, so I'm actually glad I ended up going for the Whirlwind. It was kind of predictable for him to use Swords Dance regardless, but either way I ended up going for the right move. Now, unfortunately for me, I Whirlwind him out to his Rotom, which is completely lame. I wanted something else to come in and take some damage from the spikes, but what can I do about it? Absolutely nothing. So at this point, I'm looking at my team and I'm like, okay, Goodra's not doing much. I might as well just keep switching him in until it dies, because Goodra is definitely the weakest link on my team. I cannot touch his Tyranitar. He can pretty much switch it in whenever he wants. Goodra is not the strongest, it's not weak whatsoever, but it's not the strongest Pokemon. And I don't have a Draco Meter on this thing because it doesn't love me fully yet, because I got it in a trade. So it was at level 30 when I got it, so I wasn't able to teach a Draco Meteor before this battle started. But either way, I switch it in. It takes the Volt Switch very nicely as usual, because it's a Goodra. And he's going to send out his Tyranitar here, probably knowing that I can't touch him, because I would have definitely gone for a Focus Blast by now if I had it. So my moveset is Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Dragon Pulse, and Sludge Bomb. Dragon Pulse is definitely the strongest move I have to hit this Tyranitar with. But like I said, it's not going to do anything. There's no way. So I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go back out to my Skarmory. Skarmory is so trusty. This is Skarmory the Great. Anyways, he's going to go for the Stone Edge. I'm going to eat it up. Except not really. I did like half. Jesus Christ. Either way, I'm going to take the Stone Edge, and I know I'm faster than the Tyranitar because I got my Leftovers recovery first. The faster Pokemon always gets the Leftovers recovery first. The two Pokemon have Leftovers, and one of them is faster. So I'm going to go for the Roost, clearly, because I want to get my HP back. I was thinking about double switching back out to my Goodra to maybe try and get some type of advantage, but like I said earlier, I don't really need to do that because Goodra is not going to be doing much here. There's nothing it can possibly do to help me have some type of advantage. So I just decided to go for the Roost instead of double switching to my Goodra. And obviously me going for Roost is probably more beneficial than me double switching. So I'm going to go out to my Goodra once again. Like I said, it's death fodder at this point. It'd be nice if it lived longer because I could, switch it into these Volt Switches more often. But like I said, it doesn't matter whatsoever. So he's going to go for the Volt Switch. It's going to do like 10 damage again. He's actually going to end up Volt Switching out to his Scizor. Good move. He probably just wants to take this Goodra out with a Bullet Punch or something. But the fact that I have a Skarmory on my team is going to allow me to switch out my Goodra and save it for Death Fodder later. So that's actually good for me in the long run because I'm going to be able to send this thing out when I don't want to switch a Pokemon in unsafely. So I switch out to my Skarmory, like I said. And, it's a Scizor. He won't be able to do much, especially since Scizor cannot have Superpower yet as of now because of there's no Move Tutor to teach it Superpower. He got Superpower via Move Tutor. And he actually Mega Evolves into his Mega Scizor, and he goes for the Bullet Punch. Obviously, it's not going to do anything to a Skarmory because I am a Skarmory. So now I see this as the perfect opportunity for him to take out my Goodra now. So I'm actually going to send it back in. And my thought behind this was that I could let him kill my Goodra. He's probably going to go for the U-turn here, or he's just going to switch out to his Rotom. Either way, I'm going to you know, my Goodra is going to do something here. It's going to act as death fodder, or it's going to be able to get a hit on something before it dies. But he actually ends up going for the U-turn on my Goodra. Now, my thought process here was he's going to U-turn, or he's going to, like I said, switch out to his Rotom. Something is going to take out my Goodra, is what I wanted to happen. The perfect opportunity here to bring in my Blaziken has just presented itself to me, and I'm going to do just that because he brings out his Rotom. My Blaziken is definitely faster than his Rotom because my Rotom is faster than his Rotom, and my Rotom is way slower than my Blaziken. So I'm going to bring it out, and I'm going to Mega Evolve. I don't even think I needed to Mega Evolve for any of this to happen. But basically, at this moment in time, I had the perfect opportunity to take out every single remaining Pokemon on his team. He only had Rotom, he had Garchomp, he had Scizor, he had Tyranitar, and he has Nidoking, and he has Scizor. Wait, no, I already said Scizor. Okay, he has Scizor and Nidoking, Rotom, Tyranitar, Garchomp, and Excadrill. Those are 6 Pokemon. I can literally one-hit KO every single Pokemon on this team. I took out the Rotom just now. I'm going to be able to take out the Garchomp now. Easy high jump kick to the face. Don't even have to use Swords Dance. Don't even have to use Protect or nothing. I don't have to do anything except hit all my moves. But apparently that is way too much to ask for because you guys are going to see this next turn, I missed the high jump kick on his Tyranitar, which is so unfortunate. I've been getting so unlucky with a lot of moves. I've been having to climb out of holes. I played this entire battle a certain and particular way just so that I would be able to have you know, what's happening now happen, end up in a favorable situation. But I end up missing, which completely ruins everything, which is why Pokemon, no matter how good you get at the game, no matter how much you understand, no matter how much knowledge you have, you can lose to anybody because of luck-based, you know, luck-based hacks. I just missed the high jump kick. There's really nothing I can do about that, no matter how good or bad I am at the game. So for that reason, I wouldn't really call Pokemon a competitive game, even though it very much is. It's really not because of all the luck-based factors. So I missed the high jump kick, and now I don't get to sweep his entire team with my Blaziken. So I'm gonna be forced to go out to my Rotom here. I go for the Will-O-Wisp on his Tyranitar. Thank God I hit that because I would have probably died or came very close to dying if I had missed that Will-O-Wisp there. So now I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, I believe, as he sent out his Reggie, which is unfortunate. I wanted to go out to the Volt Switch because I wanted to go for the Volt Switch because I figured if he used Crunch on me, that I could bring in my my Aegislash, and my Aegislash is holding a weakness policy, so I would have automatically gotten a +2 attack stat, which would have been pretty cool. But anyways, I'm actually gonna switch out, and I'm going to go out to my Mamoswine here. I did not want him to take out my Rotom because my Rotom was very, very, very important to my team, seeing as that he did have that Scizor left. And I just wanted to be able to burn his Scizor with my Rotom later on in the battle. And that Sludge Bomb did way too much damage. Jesus Christ, you resist that? Impossible. He just dies to the burn though. Here he makes a good prediction. I definitely could have taken him out with an Earthquake from where he was on his HP bar. But he's actually going to predict that and go for the Swords Dance. It's actually going to end up not mattering because I go out to my Skarmory, and once again, Skarmory completely walls his Scizor. He doesn't have Brick Break, he doesn't have Superpower. All he has is Bullet Punch, U-turn. I've seen his entire moveset already, I believe. No, I haven't. No, not as of this point in the battle, I haven't seen his entire moveset. But what I've seen is Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, and U-turn. He actually shows off the Roost now. I'm going to Whirlwind him the hell out of here because I do not want him setting up on me. He can't really touch me as long as he has other Pokemon that I can Whirlwind him out to. So that's the good thing about Whirlwind. You know, gets rid of the stat boost. I'm actually going to Whirlwind him out to his Tyranitar here. I probably should have spent this time going for more spikes, to be honest, because he wouldn't have been able to touch me at all with his Tyranitar here. But like I said, once again, I want him to hit me with a super effective move on my Aegislash so that I can get the weakness policy activated. So I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm going to switch into my Aegislash, and I really thought he was going to go for the Stone Edge there. But now that I think about it, Crunch is not resisted by Steel anymore, so he actually had no reason to. But I actually switched into my Aegislash now. Crunch is super effective, so despite him being burned, it does half damage. And I'm like, damn it. Because had he gone for the Stone Edge the first turn and then the Crunch the second turn, I definitely would have had another opportunity to sweep his entire team. Because I actually have the Autotomize on this this here Aegis Slash, and I'll autotomize Razor's speed times 2, so I would have had double my speed. I would have had +4 attack. Well, no. I would have had +2 attack because I wouldn't have gone for a Swords Dance if he had done that much damage to me with a crunch. But either way, he gets the defense drop and he does like half damage to me, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to set up on him. So I'm just gonna go for the Sacred Sword, take out his Tyranitar. He's gonna go out to his Excadrill, and I actually make a mistake here. I don't make a mistake by not going for Shadow Sneak because I actually don't have Shadow Sneak on the set because, you know, it's gonna be faster than a lot of things with the autotomize. But I did not pay attention to the fact that no message popped up when he sent out his Excadrill. Normally, if an Excadrill has Mold Breaker, it'll pop up and say, Excadrill is breaking the mold, or something like that. And I didn't actually see that, but I didn't, you know, I wasn't thinking about that. So, basically what I'm trying to say is, his Excadrill does not have Mold Breaker, it has Sand Rush. And that messed me up because I actually didn't understand why my Mamoswine didn't outspeed his Excadrill. So that messed me up, and I was pretty upset about that because the score was 3-2, and I was up. So despite all my bad luck, I was still winning, and now the score is even, and that Scizor is very, very threatening back there because once I kill this Excadrill, I can't stop him from setting up Swords Dances by going for the Whirlwind. So I was in a pretty bad pickle right now, and luckily for me, he actually misses this Rock Slide, so I'm actually getting somewhat of a break here. It didn't really matter. If he didn't flinch me, I would have been able to get off of Roost regardless. If he did flinch me, that would have been lame, but regardless, it doesn't matter because he missed. I actually go for the Brave Bird the last turn just to get a little bit of damage off on this thing before I Whirlwind it out. So I do end up Whirlwinding it out, and he's going to be Whirlwinded out to his Scizor. And his Scizor, once again, is a very big threat because once I take out his Excadrill, there's no way for me to stop him from setting up on me. So, the best thing I can do is take out his Excadrill, somehow get my Rotom in safely, and go for the Will-O-Wisp. That's all I can do. Or I can predict him once I get my Rotom in safely. I can predict him to go for the Bullet Punch and then get off a rest instead of going for the Will-O-Wisp and then going for the Will-O-Wisp next turn. So that's my plan right now. My plan is to take out his Excadrill, and my plan also is to force him to Roost when I bring out my Rotom because he's going to be building up Spike's damage. He doesn't have leftovers. By forcing him to take damage by roaring him out or Whirlwinding him out, it doesn't even matter. Roar and Whirlwind do the exact same thing, except for the soundproofing, I guess. Never mind. So by forcing him to take damage by switching into the Spikes, I could possibly make him go for Roost when I send out my Rotom, and that'd be fantastic. But anyways, I'm just going to keep Whirlwinding him out. I'm going to Whirlwind him out again here. He's going to go for the Rock Slide. Luckily for me, I do not flinch. Either way, it's not going to do much whatsoever. That did like nothing. I can Roost that off in one turn. I'm going to Whirlwind him out here. Now, he can send out his Excadrill, but it'll die when it comes back in. So this is what I'm talking about. This is where it all matters. He's going to be. I'm going to Whirlwind his Scizor out once again, just you know, just to get some more damage on him when he switches back in. He tried to set up again. Once again, he's not going to be able to because I'm going to Whirlwind him out. Now it gets real right here. It gets really real because if he predicts my Rotom switch and it goes for the U-turn, I lose. Or potentially, I can potentially lose because I won't be able to do much damage to him, and he'll be able to set up +6 Swords Dances, and not +6 attack. He'll be able to use Swords Dance 3 times, and do quite a bit of damage with a +6 Bullet Punch on my Skarmory here. So it's all down to this. Does he predict my switch to my Rotom? Does he go for Roost? Does he go for Swords Dance? We'll see right now. So I'm going to switch directly to my Rotom. I'm not going to play any games with this thing. I'm going to switch right to my Rotom. And luckily for me, he ends up going for the Swords Dance. This is good because I'm faster than him, and not only am I faster than him, Bullet Punch is not going to kill me from where I am. I resist Bullet Punch ×4, so you guys are going to see how little it does. It does absolutely nothing. I'm going to be able to go for the rest. Luckily for me, he didn't predict the rest and go for the U-turn, otherwise I would have lost once again. So it was a very, very risky play, but it actually ended up paying off, so it was actually a great play by me. I'm going to be able to go for the rest, get all my HP back, and I'm actually going to be able to go for the Will-O-Wisp. So as of right now, there's absolutely no way he can win this battle because he is burned. A burned Scizor at +6 is only going to be doing maximum 24% to my Skarmory with Bullet Punch, even less with U-turn. So there's absolutely no way he can kill my Skarmory. So what I'm gonna do right now is just go for the Volt Switch, because I just wanted to see how much damage it would do to the Scizor, so that I could gauge how much damage a Hydro Pump would do to the Scizor, because I wasn't quite sure how much my Brave Birds from my Skarmory would be doing to this Scizor here. But like I said, he is burned, so I really have nothing to worry about. He's not going to be able to outstall me. Even if he wants to try and outstall me, I can just switch back and forth between my Rotom and my Skarmory, because switching doesn't take up PP, only using attacking moves and using your actual moves takes up PP. So I'm going to be, if this does end up going down to a, PP war to who gets the struggle first, I'm going to win that too. I go for the Brave Bird just to see how much it would do as well, because I want to see which Pokemon that I have left is better for damaging the Scizor. So it's actually looking like Rotom is the better choice, so I'm going to switch to my Rotom now. Not only that, I know he's probably going to go for the Roost, so I'm going to switch out to my Rotom. This is probably the perfect opportunity, because if he goes for the U-turn, I'm going to die, or I'm going to be close to dying. But yeah, I'm going to go out to my Rotom here. He's at +6 attack, I believe, but I'm going to be outspeeding him, so it's not really a big deal. So right now, I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump, and Hydro Pump is going to do probably around 60% to him, or at least 50. If it does at least 50, then I can kill him next turn, because if he doesn't go for Roost, he's not going to be able to take another one. But of course I miss. Of course, right? Of course. So I had one more opportunity to take him out with a Hydro Pump, because, not take him out, but do damage to him with a Hydro Pump, because the Bullet Punch is not going to kill me, even at +6, since he's burned. I live with 1 HP. I go for another Hydro Pump, but of course I missed. I was so upset when I missed another Hydro Pump, and I was even more upset when he ran because I missed the Hydro Pump. I really hate that, because this is a competitive game. You want to win. For the people at my live stream that were going insane, talking like he was gonna win, he had no chance of winning. He admitted that. I knew that already. So him running is not really a big deal. But the fact that he ran because I missed the Hydro Pumps, he was being nice. I don't like that. This is a competitive game. I'm competitive. I don't want any handouts. Like when I used to battle people and I'd miss Hydro Pump on theirs, let's say Hippowdon. So they'd go for Stealth Rocks again, even though they already set them up. They'd keep going for Stealth Rocks until I finally hit my Hydro Pump. Me missing Hydro Pump is never my opponent's problem, so I don't understand why people do that. But regardless, I was going to end up winning that battle, because Skarmory versus Scizor was definitely going to end up being a victory for the Skarmory. Because like I said, he only had Bullet Punch, he only had U-turn, he was already at +6. There was no way he could, bring me below more. There was no way he could bring me below half of my HP at the very most. So that was a very good game, despite you running I Am Resh. Thank you for the great battle. Missing that high jump kick earlier in the battle was really annoying. I know I should probably take my own advice. If you don't want to miss, use Karate Chop, blah, 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 blah. It's just really annoying when you have to climb out of a hole, not because you were outplayed, but because of something that you can't control. It's really annoying. But regardless, like I said, that was a great battle, so I'm happy. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was a very long video. If you can, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will be back later with another video. I'm out of here. Deuces.